Welcome to At the Table with Tony, the live stream edition. This is our fourth episode, and tonight we're doing something kind of different. So tonight our topic is Italy will persevere, food, culture, and traditions. And I'm happy to be joined today by three Italians who now live in America. So I want to introduce each of them, and then I'm going to give them a chance to tell us all who they are and what they do. They're all somehow connected to the food world. So we're going to start off with we have Monica Cione.
Sì.
She is an award-winning gelato chef who is an attorney by trade. We're also joined by Alessio Lacco. He's an international restaurant consultant based in Atlanta, Georgia, and owner master pizzaiolo of the Atlanta Pizza Truck. And we're also joined by Dino Santonicola. He's the owner chef of Partenope Ristorante e Pizzeria Napolitana in downtown Dallas, Texas. So, guys and gals, thank you so very much for joining us here at the Table with Tony. And again, I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate you taking some time out to talk about this. This is an important topic because obviously it affects even my home, my motherland, where my family's from. But it's pertinent to you guys, and now that it's affecting us here in America, it's unbelievable just to see how I live in a New York metropolitan area, and to see like this the city that never sleeps is sleeping. It's like nothing I've ever experienced. So Monica, I wanted to start with you. Kind of give us your background and tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into from being a lawyer to getting into gelato? So
Yeah,
it's a great. I want to hear about you.
Food has always been a passion. If you are Italian, you grow up with food. We're so lucky. We're so spoiled. We know a lot about food. We love food. We love to eat. So, of course, I went to school. I did my, college and university. I became a lawyer. I did my bar. I did work. But on the side, I was always, enjoying cooking. Since I was little with my mom, every Sunday it was mandatory for her to make pasta, fresh pasta, and I was there. So, it was normal. I did learn. I still do it. I do it with my daughter now. So food, it's family, roots, love. So this is what I learned. And then, of course, my life went on. I became a lawyer. I did my thing. Then I found my love. And here I am now. So I also enjoyed as I told you, food. And then I went deeply in making gelato. I went to school, everything, start from there. You learn, you go to school. And then with perseverance, I start to make, the thing that I loved, and it was gelato. And now with my family, I own a store in Cape May, in New Jersey. And it happened that I also won this award, which I'm very proud after all this year. Finally, I got some recognition, and it was beautiful. It was very nice. It was a beautiful experience. And of course, I'm proud of it. And I'm showing some kind of root also there, gelato for us is everything. It means summer. It means, again, family, going out, walking close to the beach and eating a gelato. These are all my memories when I was a little girl, and then growing up with teenagers, friends, and then after. Even now, every time I go home, I know where to go to eat my gelato. And of course, I was very happy to bring it here. A lot of people actually thank me, thank you for bringing something so real in the United States. So this is what I do, and I do it with passion and love for my country, and now for this country, which I love equally. And then, so this is my experience. And then if you want, we're gonna go on and on, but I want to leave.
But where are you from in Italy? I don't know if you mentioned that.
I didn't mention it. I was born close to Milano in a town which is Varese. Actually, it's now, unluckily, in this time, it's in Lombardia, and it's the hotspot, for this tragedy that is happening. And my family is there. My sister is actually a doctor. My brother-in-law is a doctor, and my sister is actually midwife. So, they're all in the field. every day is a wonder, like hopefully they're gonna be safe. My mom is old, of course, and there is a thought every single moment of the day going towards them. And like, of course everybody's worried, and as well here, but still we need somehow to go on, and we keep in contact. Technology is beautiful now these days, and thank you for that. And so like, we need to go ahead, and we have to have hope, and we have to think that in one point everything is gonna be fine again, and we're gonna go on with our life. That's of course what has to happen.
Oh, you're right. I mean, even with the tragedy, even with this unprecedented pandemic, like you said, at the end of the day, we will probably be stronger as a society, as human beings. And hopefully, it'll bring us together, because a lot of times there's a lot of we're drifting further and further apart, especially with technology. Although it's funny now, we have to practice social distancing. I can't wait to the day when I can hug my family again and give them a big hug and a kiss, because as Italians or Italian Americans, that affection, that closest to our families, is everything to us. I mean, I mentioned this yesterday. We went to visit my wife's grandmother, but we couldn't give her a hug. We couldn't give her a kiss. We had to wave from over 6 feet away. It's heartbreaking. It's heart wrenching to not be able to do what we love to do as Italians, which is spend time with our family and obviously feeding them.
Absolutely. You're right.
So Alessio, I want to talk to you for a little bit. So give us your background. Where are you from in Italy, and what explain to us what you do as a restaurant consultant. Obviously, I know what a master pizzaiolo is, but but kind of talk to us a little bit about what you're doing.
So I'm from Naples, Italy, and
Napoli.
Napoli, yes, from Vomero, a little bit out north Naples. And I came in the United States about 8 years ago. I was working as a pizza maker over there, and Dino, that is here with us today. I was working for him when I first came to the United States. He's kind of like my mentor in the United States. So I worked for him for a couple of years. Then I changed different cities, and now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Then I start to do a little bit consulting. I start to, like making Neapolitan pizza, learn other different style of pizza. There's not just Neapolitan pizza. There's like Detroit, New York, Chicago, Roman style. There is tons of pizzas. And I try to learn a little bit of everything, because it's nice to experiment, to try different style together, kind of like an hybrid. I start as a restaurant consulting a little bit as to see what's going on. And I open a couple of places. I opened one place in the Bahamas. That was fun. Work a little bit around United States. I decided to stay in Atlanta. I don't know why, to be honest. It's like a weird city. But here I start I have a catering company. I have an Ape car. It's a 3-wheel truck. I have an oven on top, and I do private catering on it. So of course, this everything is happening right now. It's it's not just restaurant. It's also like private catering, party. It's everybody. Big events. I work a lot with events, so they cancel any type of events like a concert. Everything. So what I'm trying to do now, some video online, how to do pizza at home, try to be in contact with my, with my friends, and also to don't get bored, to always improve.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think it's maybe it's fun to be off the first week, kind of, oh, don't go to work, but it's a vacation. But after that, you're saying to yourself, oh, you're pulling your hair. Like, there's nothing. What could you do? There's nothing. If obviously it's tough for the people that are especially in the restaurant industry, because again, being in your place of business, being out with the people, that's what it's all about. That's That's what owning a restaurant is. That's what owning a restaurant consulting firm is.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good segue to talk about Dino, because Dino actually decided to close his restaurant during this time. And it's got to be a tough decision. So we'll get a little bit into that. But first, Dino, give us your background and tell us about your restaurant.
My name is Dino Santo Nicola. I'm from Naples.
Napoli.
Napoli Centro. Piazza Dante, the historical part, the heart of Naples. And I moved in the States in 2004. And I'm in a restaurant business for a while. I was 13 and now I'm 44. So it's been a while. Always in a pizza restaurant, Italian restaurant. And to be honest, my dream was always come to America. I don't know why, but I grew up with the American. I love they come here. And things worked out. You know, it was pretty nice, actually. In 2004, I got to move. My first stop was Seattle. I moved to Seattle. I opened this pizzeria with a gentleman from Seattle. From one, they became 5 restaurants. After 5 years, then I moved to Washington, D.C. for 1 year. After that was Dallas. So I arrived to Dallas in 2011. And I've been living here since then. When I got here, we started this restaurant with another gentleman here in Dallas, Cane Rosso. We started this restaurant, and that's where I met my wife. So we worked together in the restaurant for 8-9 years. Yeah, until last year, basically a year and a half. We worked together, and then we decided to open our own place, which took a year and a half. And finally, in September, we did. And in March, we closed it. It was a short trip, but I mean, you know, it was intense. Basically the decision came to me and my wife when, you know, being talking with my family on a daily basis. It's kind of like I felt like I was 2-3 weeks ahead of everybody in the United States, because I was talking to them. I was to see what was happening, and I see things happen here the same way. So I said, no, we were talking, me and my wife, I said, I don't understand. China did it, the Italian watched. Now, Italy's in it, we are watching it, I really don't get it, right? That was the emotional part. But ultimately, you know, we all open business because we love it, but because it's our way to make money. And that came to the point where it wasn't any more money. So we saw a drop that was unbelievable. We got from, you know, February, there was really strong month, to a beginning of March drop of 40% the first week, and then a 95%. You know, with the 9% drop, you say, I mean, what are we gonna do? Unfortunately, we couldn't, you know, and then all the dining room got shut down. So you say, okay, even if we try, what are we gonna do with the front of house stuff? I mean, we offer them, and I mean, what are you doing? I mean, they live with tips. There are no tips, right? So, and then I said, we know the numbers are not gonna let us survive. So we made the really hard decision to close. Honestly, we thought, okay, let's close. Let's see it for a while, a couple of weeks, and then we see how it goes. But things were going worse after, you know, the first, now we got 2 weeks, and the Dallas County shut the whole restaurant business down until April. You know, they already gave us, it's at the end of the April, that for sure we are not going to open the dining room. And, you know, we thought we got to stay close. And honestly, right now we're at the point where we don't know when we're going to open, if we're going to open, because, you know, everybody asks, what are you guys going to do it? Are you going to open? And you say, okay, it all depends how long you're going to stay. How longer you're going to be closed, less chance you're going to reopen. It's just the reality.
Yeah, no, that's you're right. That's the sad truth, is that unfortunately a lot of restaurants, they won't be able to bounce back the way they could have after, say, a snowstorm, or the way they could have after you know, whatever other fill in the blank, whatever other disaster. I mean, this is something that you're literally, can you offer, are people in our restaurants in Dallas offering takeout, or that's even closed?
You got cut for a second, last few words. Can I offer?
Is it?
I think
Do our restaurants in Dallas shut down totally, or could they offer takeout or the dining room?
you can offer that, but like unfortunately, not every concept it's built on be able to flip the business on takeout. We do our restaurant was Neapolitan pizza. First of all, Neapolitan pizza doesn't travel well. It's not comparable to New York style. And then we were a sit-down restaurant. We were counting on the experience. The design of the restaurant was all on the experience. You come in, you sit down, you have the meal, you enjoy coming in. When we were open, even our best month, had to go and take out per minimum. Those percentages will not be able to support our style concept.
Yes, yes. So your restaurant is made for people to come in and have the food there and enjoy the experience. It's about the experience, not that you can take the food and bring it home. It doesn't translate well, or doesn't travel well even.
It didn't. If we tried a couple of days, then you go to the point. All right, what we're making, it's not enough to support a business. Is it even worth our life? Is it worth the life for our employees? I mean, yeah, they say you do the takeout, the contact is a minimum, but you still have somebody have to come after that, or you have to bring it. And the kitchen are what they are, right? So if you're gonna have a staff in it, they stay apart. How many people you have to have? That's
no, you're right, and that's the scary thing is that like I said, I mean it's gonna be tough for a lot of these smaller restaurants to bounce back after this. But I think that we have to look to the future and look to hope, because I think that's an important thing. I think as Italians, Italians are damn good at persevering. You can think of, especially Southern Italians. I know the Sicilians, they've been conquered by everybody, and they still come and they still were able to survive. So I think that we have to look to the positive part of our Italian and Italian American culture. So I want to talk a little bit about why are you proud to be an Italian? What makes, is it, what's the most important thing to you? Obviously family, but what let's talk a little bit about being Italian. Like what gives you pride in being an Italian? So Monica, I want you to start off.
On 70%, our country owns 70% of the historical site, arts, discovering. Look, like everybody knows it. It's not a secret. I'm not discovering the hot water. So why not to be proud? It's a beautiful country, a lot of brilliant people, like everywhere else. I'm not saying, but come on, we have 70% of the art. We have gems everywhere, from the mountain to the sea, Sicily, Sardinia, the island. We have everything. Whatever you want, you can find it. And the beauty in the food is that some kind of food, it's not makeable anywhere else. Like you don't have the wind that comes from the Alps and the wind that comes from the salt sea of our Mediterranean that get together and give you that special taste of the cheese. And you can't have it anywhere else. You can make cheese, you can make another cheese, a wonderful cheese, but you're not gonna make that cheese that you can find in Italy, as well as the prosciutto. Prosciutto is not the same everywhere. San Daniele is sweet because, again, there is that kind of saltiness in the air that goes inside the prosciutto, and that's it. And that is the amount of salt. It's only there. You can replace it. So Italy is gonna make it. It's gonna be beautiful again. It's gonna be rich again. We're gonna have a new risorgimento. I'm pretty sure about it. But we still have to work on hope. We can't just let it go. Like we need to be again capable to found all the richness in our own country, and then starting from there, starting from the people, starting from the cultures. Culture is something that you don't get in one day. It's something that you own in the years, in the century, and we have it. We have it, all of it. So we don't have to be scared about it. So starting from there, we're gonna rebuild, and we're gonna go on and on again and again. It's gonna be tough at the beginning, but we're gonna make it, and we're gonna probably have friends helping us too. We're gonna see at the end of the story what's gonna happen, but we're not gonna be alone. I don't know with who we're gonna be, but we're not gonna be alone for sure. And here it's the same. This is a strong country, a rich country. It's tough now. I understand my friend that was talking about, like such a bad coincidence. Now he was open and now he has to close. It's hard. And he was saying something so true about his pizza. His pizza is a Napolitan pizza. It can't travel, has to be eaten there because we know why. Because then it's gonna be more water, it's not gonna be the same. You don't want people complain, but we know how good it is, but it has to be eaten there. And we don't sit and eat only, we sit to enjoy. Eating for us, Italian, is sharing, is friendship. So we take out, it's not really in our route, okay? When we go out to enjoy, as he was saying, the atmosphere, the restaurant, the company, the friend that is there to welcome us because he knows us. The owner of the place knows us by name most of the time. And so you're missing something very important. Yes, you can take out the food, but you will miss most of the beauty that it's in the culture of eating together, sharing. When you really, you share the food, you share friendship.
Because America is more of a takeout culture, more of a takeout country. Whereas, like you said, Italy, you have to enjoy it with the people, with the in company of people out. I mean, if you, I guess what I'm trying to say is that Italians would much rather cook at home than buy food someplace, buy food at a restaurant and bring it home.
But we are also spoiled, since we were young. My mom was cooking, I was learning. There is nothing in the fridge, I can still make you a good meal. So, we're also like, it's our culture. We know how to do it. And I'm not saying that we are the only one that knows how to do it, but definitely since I'm here in this country, I did order a lot of time takeout, simple food, nothing like, nothing crazy that you say, oh, I can't make it at home, I need to order at the restaurant. No, very simple food. And I'm not cooking at home because maybe I don't have time, maybe I'm more busy, maybe I didn't go to shopping, like something like that. And so I discovered that I can order often here, way more than in Italy. But this is, this is the beauty. This is the beauty of a new country. And so I don't know, probably if the time is gonna be even more tough, maybe my friends should kind of understand how to do more takeout and try to open again according to his, of course he has to do the check and balance and see if it's worthy, but maybe it is. Look, my store is not open yet because I'm not in the season and I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna have to do my check and balance too. Am I gonna, I don't live in Cape May. So am I gonna go there, open, the store and having to hire people? I don't know. I don't even know what's gonna happen because I'll be able to, I'm gonna have help. Should I stay by myself and do it? A lot question that I still have no clue how to answer to it.
Well, again, this is all uncharted territory for a lot of people. Like I said, we've never really experienced something to this extent, being closed for 1, 2, God willing, not 3 months. I mean, these are the scary things. But you're right, you have to kind of weigh the situation. But I want to ask Alessio. So, Alessio, you're a young guy. So how did you get into the food? Was it cooking at home? Kind of tell us a little bit about how you got involved in cooking.
So I start, everybody, like Monica say, everybody in Italy, you cannot get pulled in your kitchen, even, without even your knowledge. I mean, like they push you there and do it. My uncle, he was making bread in South Italy, in Calabria. Most of my family from my father's side, they were, cooking. My uncle was making bread. My aunt, she owns a gelateria. Then in Naples, to pay my study and also to work, I was working in a pizzeria. So basically, I mean, like, you go into food even if you don't want to it. So I start as a delivery boy for a pizzeria, and then after that, I mean, like, I got shift inside the kitchen, first as cleaning dishes, then peel the potato, making the dough. I mean, everything. And they don't pay you that well, like the same here. Like here, when you go to work in a pizzeria, they gotta pay you like a minimum wage. You demand something. Over there is like, well, we teach you something that's for us is a secret. So that's our way to pay you back. And that's basically how getting involved in the culinary section. Then when I came to United States, I was like, okay, I'm proud to be Italian and take something that it's, especially Napolitan pizza, something that it's 100% my heritage to United States. So I start with Napolitan pizza. Then I start to learn a different style of pizza. So, like Detroit, New York, Chicago. And then I start to appreciate more the simplicity of Neapolitan pizza. Like Monica was saying, like our ingredients, they're really simple. Like when I teach somebody to make Neapolitan pizza and I told them that, you just need the flour, yeast, salt and water, they look at me and say, that's it? I mean, like, you don't put any oil, you don't put any fat, any eggs. I'm like, no, that's it. I mean, like, and you barely put it in the refrigerator and that's it. And then when I learn other pizza style, they put eggs, they put wine, they put a bunch of stuff inside. And that makes me appreciate more what I'm doing. And, like as an Italian, the simple is better sometimes. And also the more simple you do it, the more easy it's going to become the process to do stuff. The same as a restaurant consulting, you try to teach somebody how to open a restaurant and make the stuff simple, where sometimes they want to do like, very complicated recipe, 3-4 days, ferment, pre-ferment. And, sometimes Napolitan pizza, it's easy. You just need a little bit of salt, yeast, boom, you're done. And, Italian flour do the magic. And yeah.
But you, I was reading on your website. You actually worked for the was it Esposito?
Yeah.
That's like the inventor of the margarita pizza, right?
So he's so I work for Raffaele Esposito, which it was a grandfather. I mean, like the grandchild, or again Raffaele Esposito, who showed who invented the pizza margherita, who basically, when the Regina Margherita came to Naples from Turin, to visit the city, before it used to be this pizza, but nobody really give a name. So he basically, put to put as a flag of Italy, the green of basil, the white of the mozzarella, and the red of tomato. They say, hey, for you, thank you for coming to Naples. That's our tribute for us. So I learned from him, which I learned later. I didn't know, he was, because when I went to apply over there, for me, it was just a job. I was not really, in Naples, there is a history. I mean, in Italy, wherever you go, there is history everywhere. You go to Rome, there's history left and right. And, you never know.
Now, you mentioned that your uncle had a bakery in Calabria. Was where in Calabria?
Praia Mare.
What is the provincia?
Cosenza. Cosenza. The first city of Calabria.
Okay.
So you have like a little panetteria, a bread maker up to the mountain, and then he was selling to the little town around the city. And I work with him as delivery boy. We used to wake up really early, like 6 a.m., pick up the bread and then deliver it to the grocery shop. We were done by 11 a.m. and then I will go to the beach, and that was my day, and then start again at 6 a.m. the next day.
So that was like your summer you would spend there?
That was my side. And that's basically, I mean, like every kind of job that I have was always in food industry. As a child, that's how you know, in Italy, most of your job, I guess, you know, like 80% of the jobs that will be like in the food industry.
Yeah.
There is food everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, literally everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's food in Italy.
Yeah.
But Dino, so what does Partenope mean? Partenope.
Partenope is the original name of Naples. Naples was called Partenope by the Greeks. Partenope, she was the mermaid, the mythological mermaid that she tried to stop Ulysses, right? That she was a singer with her voice, it didn't work out. Obviously, she got upset. She drowned herself in the Mediterranean and she died on the coast of Italy. At the area where she dies, it's Castel del Logo, Naples. So the Greek called that city Partenope for her honor. And then it became Neapolis and then Napoli.
Because Neapolis means new city, right?
New city. And then, exactly. And then it became a Neapolis. But that's why the Napoletani, people from Naples, are also called Partenopei, sons of Partenope.
Huh. So now did you grow up also with, you know, cooking, or was it in your blood?
When I grew up in Naples, the kids that grew up like me, they didn't really have a lot of choices. It's either you go get a job after school or you go get in trouble. So, and my mom tossed me to this pizzeria, was the neighbor pizzeria. And, you know, I started go there just like weekends helping out, and then, you know, finish the school, summer school, and then, you know, became something. Then I liked it because I realized I could travel and get a job. That's why, you know, I took jobs a little bit all over Europe, then the United States, because I knew I could get paid. You know, visiting, I like to see other cities. I loved the job, it was great. So growing up in this pizzeria, let's say that if you would do what they did it to me, whoever was around the place would be in prison right now, right? Like for instance, when I was a 13 years old kid, you know, you drive the scooter, go delivery, and then you do the dishwasher, and then you help out the prep. And then a Saturday night after, you know, you work at 13 hours, you go downstairs where this basement, and you have to do the dough, making the dough, rolling the dough. I remember there was almost 2 a.m. The guy that ran the store, he owned the joint, his name was Chiro, took me down the basement. I saw this beautiful marble table, but it was huge. You know, it was big. I saw this with a mountain of dough on it. He said, all right, now you got to portion the dough, roll the dough. I said, all right, you know, in my head, I said, all right, he's teaching me something else, right? And while I'm standing at the door in my hands, I hear him locking the door. I said, what's going on, Chiro? Oh, what are you doing? He said, you got to do the bolts. He said, but you locked the door. I said, the guy, I mean, what I do if I got to go in the bathroom? He said, you become fast. You finish quicker. And that's what I did. I became pretty fast. So they teach me, train me. So I started getting, you know, frustrated because the hour was long. I can't understand it. Why? So I went to my mom. I said, I can't take anymore, man. He's really treating me really bad. I mean, I really want to leave it. And she told me, you need to stay. He's teaching you a job. And then I stayed. The year passed, you know, I grew up, I learned, I travel, and I end up here in the States. So going back to the origin, you know, let's say then I didn't really have a lot of choices, you know, that my mom pushed me towards learning something so I can get in trouble. And
but I think that's important. I think that sometimes, you know, it's obviously good to get an education, which I'm, you know, I have a couple of degrees myself, but I think it's also important that if maybe going to college isn't an option for people, it's good to learn a trade. And obviously making pizza is, you'll never go hungry. if you know how to.
I'm pretty sure way more than pizza.
I'm sorry?
I'm pretty sure he's able to make more than pizza.
We do it, but, you know, I really always loved pizza. You have to think about it. I moved in the United States without to speak any word of English. I had no idea. I just came.
Really?
I had zero English. So I came here this is interesting story. That's what I'm going to tell. The way I came, so I had my sister ex-husband. He was a cab driver. He's still a cab driver. He picks up one day. This guy in a cab was an American tourist. This my ex-brother-in-law spoke to no English. The American tourist spoke to no Italian. For some reason, he thought. They got to the point where the American guy told him, I want to open a pizzeria like Naples in Seattle. You got to help me. So this guy, the cab driver, my ex-relative, helped him. They bought everything, shipped it. At the end of the shipping, last shipping, they arrived in Seattle, he said, you have to help me to find a pizza maker. He calls me. Now, same story. I spoke no English. But for some reason, he had the guy to talk. We communicate. He do the visa for me because he had a big company already. He had a big roasting coffee company in Seattle. He was able to make me work visa, moved in the States, speaking zero English. I did my first menu in Italian. Not because I want to do something special, because I spoke no English. The only way to do it was to do in Italian. I remember being in Seattle. It's a city very similar to Naples, on the water. So this guy sits at the bar, looks at the menu for 5 minutes. Obviously, he couldn't understand anything. It was in Italian. He puts the menu down. So the bartender, I'm going to get a hamburger with French fries. The bartender said, we don't have it. The guy said, what? So he can imagine, say, it is a restaurant. It's in Seattle. You don't have it. From there, and say this was really hard for me to be able to work, communicate, and even run a restaurant. As of today, the Neapolitan pizza world, it's way bigger. Italian restaurant, it's way big. People are way more connected. So it's easy. But back then, we had a line outside the door. So my point is, even if you don't speak English, but if you do what you love, and you really could tell people what you're trying to do, just with what you do, and not just the words, people loved it. I mean, we had a line outside the door for months from the day we opened. We didn't even have a sign on the door. The restaurant was called Via Tribunale. It was awesome, it was great. And people lined up for days outside just to be able to get a pizza from a guy that came and speak with them. So it was awesome.
Well, but also I think the Italians have a passione, passion, like a deep passion for whatever they do.
Anthony, we have such a big love to tell people that we are from Italy. We are Italian. That's what we do. That's why Italy is gonna come back. There's no way we're gonna settle, die, get squished. Because we love to tell people, look, you try to think the world without Italy. There was not the world today. We guys in heaven, not even a TV, no phone. Guys can communicate. The acquedotto we invented. For the love of God, I like to say we invented Jesus Christ. Still, we invented. It didn't exist. Italian invented everything. You can't imagine a world without Italians.
We wouldn't be zooming right now if it wasn't for Italians.
Exactly. No, we won't be able to hear. Maybe America won't even exist. We're still Indians. That's what I say. We are so proud to tell people, look, we are Italian. We gotta get out of this. And I really believe it because of the passion, love that we have for what we do, and to share. People, look what we did. I mean, everybody will love to drive a Ferrari, and we love have the best car in the world, right? So we love to tell people we made that. So what we do, we have such a love to show people we did it. That we have a great love for fashion, for design. I mean, if you give a cell phone, right, to a guy, say, look, this is a new cell phone. Any other person, any other relation looks at the cell phone, say, that's a nice phone. You give it the cell phone to the Italian, first thing he's gonna say, how do I look? Because he want to show, how do I look with the new phone? It's about me being with the phone. It's not about the phone anymore.
What do they call it? Bella figura?
Trying to say we love being Italian. We love to tell people, look, we do this because we love it. Come here, hanging out with us. We love share, the joy. There's no way we're not gonna come back. And honestly, I think the whole world is gonna come back. This is a big lesson for everybody. We might well, taking advantage of this planet, take advantage of each other, of the respect that we should have from each other. I don't know why this happened, but it happened, and we have to learn. Then it's, maybe we go back to the value of let's love each other more. There's so much hate and the fighting, and picking each other. I don't know if that's the good side of the story, but it's been a little difficult lately for a lot of people. And you have to try and understand that. So what's the lesson in this? I think it's then we should love each other a little bit more, because now we're feeling when they're just asking us to stay locked in the house. It seems like nobody could do it. People are getting crazy, right? So when you could go back out, be more respectful of the outside of the people.
That is a great point. And even I heard like in Venice, like the dolphins are back.
Yeah.
People,
Well,
Water is clean. I mean,
Venice, I think they were in Cagliari, right? In Sardinia at the harbor. And in Venice, the fishes, you could see the clear water, nel canale, and the fishes are back. I mean, this is a good thing,
like the planet is, it's a resetting.
but still, like this is the good part. The bad part is that a lot of people are dying, and this is
that's it. Absolutely.
And we need to to have respect for these people, and for them too. We need to find a way to be better, and to, of course, hopefully everybody's gonna be fine. And once we're gonna go back, we're gonna remember this time and say we have to do better. And we.
You're right though. We this so many times in our history we kind of forget what happened, but now we have to stop that
time, and we will remember, and hopefully we can use this time that we are more like inside and we're with our family, who is lucky enough to be with the family, and use this time and treasure it as much as we can, and then learn from this time. So when we're gonna be all together again, we will be able to share whatever we learn, personally. And I'm sure that we will better people. We kind of went back of an old school life, like being together between us. And even if you are alone at home now, you're not alone, because look, we are together. We're talking about our country. We're talking about our roots. And yes, the food is the topic, but it could be anything else. And we're discovering friends all over the United States. They're Italian and bring their passion in this country. And in the same way, we're going to help two countries. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to help this country with our passion too. We're bringing something different. And then because we're hopefully doing great in this country, we're going to bring our flag even more up, and we're going to show that Italians are strong, and everywhere they go, they bring good, they bring passion, they bring good things, they bring a treasure everywhere. Look, I'm not saying everybody can bring good things, but this is me now. This is my root, and I'm very proud that I can bring the culture of my country, and food is really part of our culture. You can't take the food out of us. Everything is related to food. If you look at the picture, any kind of picture, you can see how even in the back everybody was gathering together around food to show the richness, or just to show friendship, or just how they were enjoying and just staying outside, together. But everywhere in Europe, and in Italy especially, we have the most important and famous artists, and they're showcasing everything that we're talking about. And then we came here and we did good thing here, and we will continue to do good thing, even if it's just a cone of gelato made with fresh lemon, which is probably not going to be the beautiful lemon from the Costiera Amalfitana, because again, this is important. You can't find that anywhere else but there. So once this is going to be we're going to reach the end of this, everybody has to go there and try that lemon, because that's the only place where you can find it. And everywhere in Italy, you can find something different. Every region has its own. I'm talking about lemon because when you make lemon gelato, if you have that kind of lemon, it's just a smell It's a perfume. It's something that we will never forget. It's gonna hit your brain, and you will always go there and remember that time that you had the lemon gelato in Costiera Amalfitana. You're gonna dream about it. So that's why I'm saying anything, any kind of ingredient in the pizza, in gelato, in any food you do, if you try to go to quality and root and origin, you're gonna always do good. You're gonna always do deliver a great product. And then, of course, there is a little bit of magic that every chef and every master can put. And love. Love is the most important ingredient.
And that's a great point, because it's funny. Sometimes when you go to a restaurant and you could actually, if you know that the chef's back there putting his heart, his blood, sweat, and tears into a dish, the food tastes different. It tastes better in a way there, because they put everything they have into that dish. And I think that sometimes we live in a culture that everything's so rushed. Sometimes, like you said, in a way, it's good that we're able to quarantine. Actually, quarantine is an Italian word, right? Quarantina. It comes from the 40 days that that when the ships would come in from different parts of the world, the sailors had to stay on the ship, because if they had any diseases, they didn't want to bring it to the population. But this is an interesting time for us to kind of, like you said, there's a lot of this is a very deep conversation, because there is times now we could really, like you said, put our mind and our heart into what we're going to do once we're allowed out again, or when we can go back into the world and do what we've been doing for years. So Alessio, what is the first thing you want to do when this quarantine is over?
Well, I want to bring my truck outside and make a lot of party. I make a lot of pizzas. Yeah, go ahead.
So now you said you have an ape. So for people that don't know what an ape is, it's kind of like it's hard to
it's a three-wheel truck. Here they call it tuk-tuk from India, because Piaggio sell the rights to India. So those tuk-tuk, they become more famous than the ape.
Because I know when I was in Italy, like you would see like the fruttivendolo, he would have all the fruit in the back, or the vegetables in the back of the.
If you go to Capri, Positano, they take you as a cab. You go up and then you drive on the ape.
Wait, in the back?
Yeah. Positano and Capri, you really? Can find a few of them, not all of them, because of course, they don't go that fast. They don't go that, the range is it's not a lot. So even me, when I brought this to the United States, like everybody know, there is a different food truck. I can get a regular American food truck, but I decided to become really Italian and bring something that even in Italy it's hard to find. So I went in Italy, I buy the ape, I find people who can customize the oven on top. When I bring to the United States, the custom look at me and say, what is this? Because they were like, it's a truck, it's not a truck, it's an oven. They don't know what it was. And even when I try to explain with people, you don't really know how to explain, because there is no an explanation for that. But it's everybody, when they see it, they're really, it's something that they never see before. It makes me proud to bring something that it's very Italian. Even before I was born, the ape, it's back, my ape, it's from 1965.
Wow.
So I'm really proud to bring something that, it have a long story.
But ape was made by Piaggio?
Piaggio, yes.
And it's the same maker as Vespa, right?
Yes.
Because ape means bee, right? And Vespa is wasp?
Wasp, yes.
Yeah. So do they make other kind of vehicles?
Piaggio, they make a motorcycle, and I get, they used to make after World War II, they used to, or before that, they used to make airplane for the war.
Wow, that I didn't know.
That's how they begin, if I'm not wrong. And that's what they do now. They make Vespa. That's the most selling brand. Some motorcycle in US. And now the ape, they start to bring the ape to US, because not just me, but I see other people doing gelateria on the Ape, Prosecco bar. And it go very well with the weddings, private party, big event. I mean, something unique. You always see the typical food truck, you know, like square, big, hard to fit. So this is like a 5 by.
How big is it? It's got to be pretty small, right?
It's a small. It's a 4x7, and I have a trailer that I.
Oh, so you don't actually drive it?
No, I mean I try
Okay.
to drive. I cannot drive mine because I got 700 pounds of oven on top. So I bust 2 tires after like half a mile. So now I have a trailer I put on top, and then like I go around. Yeah.
So do you find that a lot of people but this is something different. Obviously, nobody's
Yeah.
putting a
No.
pizza oven on the back of a of an Ape. So do you find that people are kind of intrigued by it?
Yeah. So fortunately, you know, like between December and January, I got a lot of wedding for April, May, and June. But now all those weddings, they are postponed by, you know, September, October. So I mean, I launched this in October.
Oh, of last year?
Or last year, yes. I don't really promote that much because I was doing my consulting business in the Bahamas that time, so I don't even really have time to promote it. But still, I mean, like I post some picture. I try to, you know, to get outside, and I got some feedback. So I got some follower on my page, people who see it and already try it. I mean, they love it, and they text me and say, you know, when this is out, I want you have on my backyard. I want to invite you to my wedding. I mean, people are willing to go out. They don't, you know, they want to live again.
Yeah, that's actually a great way to end this thing. We do want to live again. So before we conclude our time together, I kind of want to have each of you guys and gals to kind of just say, like, what is the first thing that you want to do once we're allowed to live again? So Monica, we'll start with you. And also, Monica, if you can, tell us how people can find you, whether it's the social media, whether it's through a website, and where your shop is in Cape May.
Yeah, my shop is in Cape May, in the Washington Common. Everybody less or more that knows Cape May knows where the horses carriage are. So is Washington Common. And then you go basically at the end of the alley is the store in the corner. You're gonna see a big cone, and that's Cione Gelato. That's just my last name. I didn't have the great fantasy to call it. That's what it is. And if you Google Cione Gelato, you're gonna see it. I have Instagram, a website, Cione Gelato. I'm not great still in this, you know, like again, technology, but I'm doing better, way better than the beginning. Actually, I want to say something about gelato, because my friend before said that pizza, the Neapolitan pizza, they didn't know what it was. I want to say that still now I have people coming in gelato wondering what actually gelato is. I mean, of course they have an idea, it's a frozen dessert, but they don't really know deeply what's the difference. And they're very surprised when they taste it, and it's so like different from ice cream. So I really hope that, you know, they will discover and they will want to discover and be curious about it and come to try it in my store. We're gonna do party hopefully, you know, like, but my store is there since a long time. My customer, a lot of American, so like I have to say thank you to all the family that always supported me. But again, I wanted to say this, that I hope that they will understand better that what gelato is, and they understand that it's healthy, healthier than an ice cream. I'm not saying something that it's not true. So that's what I'm gonna do when everything hopefully is gonna be fine. I really want to bring my daughter to the park. She's the one that is suffering probably more than anybody right now. She's in the house since a long time, and she really wants to play with the kids, and go back to school for her was a social moment, you know, like I have only one kid, and she's really now suffering a lot. The kids are, nobody really talk about them except for the school, which I'm also doing, you know, the teacher these days, which is fine. I'm really enjoying it, actually. It's a discover for me too, because I'm learning from the ground English, and which is great. But she really needs to go out and play with the kids. It's their time. I mean, hopefully it's not gonna last more than few months. I believe that, you know, their child, their kids, they need to play together. They need to go to school. They need to go to the park. Summer is coming, but again, healthy first. So we're gonna do what the scientists are gonna say to do, and but hopefully soon we're gonna be able to go out, and my daughter is gonna be able to play again with the other kids.
That you're right though. We don't talk about that enough, because, you know, I guess we take it for granted that, you know, the kids go to school, and you know, to have their whole lives be upended, to have to learn from home, it's really that is an interesting subject that I think that, unfortunately, I think that this will be something that'll have repercussions further down the road, that they'll have to figure out how to.
They're strong, and hopefully, if this is not gonna last, you know, for a long time, hopefully they will have a value, you know, memory of it, and that's what I have to hope. You know, I'm doing everything I can to make her smile, make her happy. Again, I did pasta with her. I made gnocchi. I even made gelato, because of course I have to practice, so I have my own machine at home. So we did everything, and I'm gonna do everything I can, even more and more. We have still a long time to go, but she really needs to go out and play with the kids, and, you know, like that's the first thing that I'm gonna do. Anything for her.
Yes, that's beautiful. So Dino, tell us, what's the first thing you're going to do when the quarantine's lifted, and tell us where we could find you, your website, your Facebook, Instagram. So take it away.
I think the first thing is I'm gonna start shaking everybody's hands. I'm so sick of this fear. You know, I really like shake hands. When somebody walks in, show it, welcome. We became a cold. First they give the elbow, and then the fear. It was ridiculous. So I like to be walk around, talk with somebody without the fear of, oh, I'm gonna get infected. Now what? And we have two little kids. You know, my oldest, she's 4. My youngest, he's 2.5. So, you know, with the kids at home, we can't take them anywhere. We can't take them. It's a massacre. That being said, we are Partenope Ristorante. That's how you spell it. Partenope. We are on a Facebook, Instagram, downtown Dallas in the historical district. It's the oldest building in Dallas. It's almost over 100 years old. It's a beautiful. It was a shopping center. It's pretty cool. And, you know, we still have it on the floor. There is the original floor. They had it. I mean, we put a lot of work in it, but it's a beautiful restaurant downtown Dallas. Neapolitan pizzeria. We make a fresh pasta in the house. It's a classic Italian restaurant. Pasta, pizza, a couple of trays, appetizers. It's a warm. It's just waiting for people to get in. You know. Yes. So hopefully this will last as short as possible.
And Alessio, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
So first thing, I'm gonna, you know, I wanna go out and teach everybody about, you know, the Neapolitan pizza first, and any type of pizza. You know, my job is like, you know, teaching people about the beautiful of Italy pizza. With the Atlanta pizza truck, that's my business. When I'm back home, we go to private party with events. We do a lot of musical, food festival. So it's something that the city is missing. People are missing that. I mean, people, they want to go out and, I mean, just be around people. That's, you know, as Italian, that's what we need. Like Dino was saying, you know, shaking hands, you know, show our product so people can taste it. I mean, that's what we're asking for. Be around people and, you know, show our product. Yeah.
And tell us how we can find you on social media.
So it at Atlanta Pizza Truck, Atlanta Pizza Truck. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I mean, any social media. I do couple video on YouTube under my name, Alessio Lacco. Now that I'm in the house, I try to do some Neapolitan pizza with your regular oven. Just to don't go crazy, basically. Also for the people to teach from home. I mean, a lot of Americans, like Monica was saying, there's a lot to go. People, they don't really cook at home. So it's nice to teaching people to cook at home, and then when we're ready to go out, let's go out. Yeah.
Well, Monica, Alessio, Dino, thank you so very much for taking time out to talk with us today. I really, really appreciate it. This was a great conversation, and I can't wait that I can, when the time when I can go visit Dallas, and when I can visit Atlanta, and when I can go down to Cape May. Cape May is a lot easier for me to get to. It's only about 3 hours from where I am, so that's a lot easier. But I pray that one day we can see each other in person and give the Italian greeting, hello, a hug, and to be able to share food, break bread. That's so important. So again, I want to tell you guys, stay safe. God bless you. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep up the great work. And we will see you. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Anthony.
Ciao, Tony. Ciao, everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
All right. We are stopping the show. Hold on.